Zoom room. Well, we have one person who's been joining for a solid like 90 seconds. So we're gonna wait another minute. I'm sure you all are Zoom experts like we are at this point, right? So you know how it works. All right, so I'm Suri Deitch and I'm the Dean of the Tulane School of Professional Advancement. And I'm actually here just at the beginning to say hello and welcome to this webinar before handing things over to my colleagues, Sheila Gold and Alvin Joseph, and Ann Conlon, who's behind the scenes moving the slides. If you can put your video on, that's great, but we definitely understand if you can't. Sometimes people have sort of had it with a day of Zoom and need a little break. I just wanted to welcome you and say a little bit about the School of Professional Advancement, or SOPA. For those of you who are here to learn about our undergraduate programs, certificate programs, and degrees, we're really excited because most of you are in New Orleans, but we know some of you are from other parts of the United States. And we're excited to welcome you to SOPA, which is a really special school at Tulane that obviously offers bachelor's degrees and certificates, but also graduate education to a highly diverse student body. Everything from, I always say, 17-year-olds to 77-year-olds. That's the oldest student we have, and the youngest students are 17. And it's diverse in all ways and welcoming in all ways. And right now, a time that's, a really good time to be thinking about going to school. We feel like SOPA is a great option for the quality of the academic programs we offer and for the responsiveness. And that responsiveness and the relationship building with us starts right now. And so that's why I, as the dean who is in charge of the school, like to come and say hello. So thanks again for joining the webinar this evening. We're really excited for you to get to know more about us. And, congratulations on thinking about your next steps in education and on having the good judgment to consider us because we know we're a great option and we look forward to getting to know you. And with that, I will say goodbye, and I think Sheila will talk. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Suri. Have a great night. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're glad that you joined us. Let me sort of reiterate the welcome from our dean. And, Suri likes to pop on and be part of the webinars not every school has the dean involved at that kind of level. She loves our students. She loves getting to know our students. Part of what makes SOPA so great is that we have relationships with our students. We consider that one of the hallmark features of our school. We actually know our students, and we're committed to their success. And when we mean success, we don't only just mean coming into the school, but also being successful graduates of the school and then using your degree in the workforce, because that is what most people are in school to go ahead and do is either start their career or advance their career. So hopefully you all can start feeling our commitment to students from the very beginning. I'm joined by my colleague Alvin Joseph. He will also share some of the slides with me this evening, and we're going to tell you a little bit about the school. If at any time during this webinar you have questions, put them in the chat function below. You can see at the bottom of your screen, there's a little icon that says chat. Just type in questions and we'll have some time for some Q&A at the end. And then we also always welcome students to send us emails after the fact. If you don't have a question right away, but something pops in your head over the next day or two, feel free to email us. We enjoy hearing from students. So a little bit about the school. So SOPA is just sort of our shorthand name for the School of Professional Advancement. We are one of the smaller schools within the larger Tulane University. Tulane itself was founded in 1834 as the Medical College of Louisiana. Strangely enough, it was founded in response to the yellow fever epidemic back in the 1830s in Louisiana. So for those of you who know your Louisiana history, we were the swamps of Louisiana got hit hard by the epidemic. Strangely enough, here we are, fast forward, in another epidemic. And so our school has been relevant all these years. The reason we share this timeline with you is because a short 50 years later, after the founding of the school, Tulane started offering continuing education classes to working adults. That was the very beginning of what we now call SOPA. So our commitment to quality education to local folks in Louisiana and specifically New Orleans who wanted to advance their career started from the very beginning of the university. It has lasted over 130 years. So we feel pretty good that we do a good job with that. But we also like to share with students that we're not new. We're not new in this game. We've been doing this a long time. And we certainly hope that you will join us as a student and be part of this long tradition. So some of the topics that we're going to touch on tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about our expertise in online learning. We're going to talk a little bit about how we've been doing this for a while, even well before the COVID epidemic. We're going to brag a little bit about our programs and faculty because they're outstanding, some of the very best in the state and in the country. We're going to talk about our student support. We briefly touched on that and our commitments to helping students succeed. We are going to talk a little bit about our affordability and flexibility. I'm going to let Alvin talk about that a little bit. But just a teaser, the courses at SOPA are priced, our tuition is significantly lower than the rest of the university. And then we'll talk about how a Tulane degree has value. So a little bit about online learning at SOPA. The kind of one takeaway that I want you all to kind of hear in terms of online learning is that at SOPA, we have been teaching classes online for years. When it was somewhat a strange position to be in, almost a year now, all education got pulled online. SOPA was uniquely positioned to make that pivot. All of our master's degrees are already online, but some of our undergraduate classes are online, and our faculty are well trained to translate traditional classroom teaching to the online format. When we had to pivot during at the very early stages of the epidemic, we had trained faculty members and instructional designers who knew how to do this very easily. Many schools across the country sort of scrambled to figure it out. They did figure it out, but the quality suffered somewhat. Our quality has remained high because we're somewhat experts in this field. Not only are our faculty trained to teach online, but we have what are called instructional designers, and these are educators who actually choose to spend their time translating traditional in the classroom curriculum to the online format. And so our online classes are interactive. They have small group work. They have project-based work. They have opportunities for students to get to know the faculty, for students to get to know each other. It is not just sit in a room and kind of watch a PowerPoint. Our students have a tremendous amount of rigor and also get a tremendous amount of their online classes. They feel challenged and they feel like they've created relationships with their fellow students and their faculty members. They're engaging, informative, and we have discussion boards. We have all sorts of different ways of translating the information. So for those of you who are interested in taking online courses, we offer those. For those of you who are nervous about that, we like to share that the quality is incredibly high and our students have a wonderful experience. Just some numbers, some data is that we have over 1,300 students who have completed online coursework. We have over 13 at now, these numbers are a little higher now. So we have over 13,000 hours of online instruction that our students have experienced. And our faculty get better and better as they do this work. Like I said, we have 8 master's degrees that are online, 11 graduate certificates, 4 post-bac certificates, and over 300 courses that were all developed intentionally to be online. We have over 200 faculty members that aren't just trained in classroom teaching, but are trained in online teaching as well. And we have won awards in many of our programs for our teaching. So I think that you will find that the experience is incredible for the students who are in those classes. So to talk a little bit about our undergraduate programs, we offer bachelor's degrees specifically at SOPA in digital design, exercise science, general legal studies, health and wellness, homeland security, humanities, information technology, which is IT, public relations, and the social sciences. We also offer post-baccalaureate certificates. These are for folks who already have a bachelor's degree, but they want to come back and get a certificate in specific knowledge areas. We offer those post-bac degrees in digital design, teacher prep, IT, homeland security, health and wellness, and paralegal. We also have some professional certificates in business, public relations, digital media and marketing, and human resources. And those professional certificates are small knowledge blocks in those areas, but they aren't the full degree. All of these courses, however, are considered undergraduate courses. For those of you who are here looking to learn just about generally applying to our undergraduate programs, that's what we'll be talking about tonight. If there is a specific undergraduate course of study that you're interested in, we also offer webinars that are program based. So for those of you who might be interested in health and wellness or exercise science for instance, you may want to also join one of our kinesiology webinars because those programs are housed in our kinesiology program. So there might be another webinar in your future where you can meet the program director and also learn specifically about that curriculum. So just to share a little bit with you all, our faculty at SOPA is really unparalleled. I like to share with students that I actually, I'm a Tulane graduate. I have 3 degrees from Tulane. All of my degrees are from Tulane. And I am always in awe of the faculty at SOPA. The reason that I share that is because the SOPA faculty are all practitioners in the field in which they teach. So for instance, Patricia Betancourt is a litigation expert, which means that she's a lawyer and she's actually in the courtroom. That's litigation. But she is a lawyer. She teaches on our faculty. So she doesn't just talk about paralegal studies. She actually is an attorney attorney and she can talk about the practice of law. Bo Boudreau teaches our write some of our writing courses. He is a poet himself, a published poet. Tyra Mitchell teaches in our kinesiology program. She is the former chief physical therapist at Ochsner. So she has done this work. She has taken the courses, she has worked in the field. She can talk to our students about the ins and outs of the workforce, and she can also share with you tips and tricks. Ralph Russo, who's the program director of our cybersecurity program, is a former NYPD police officer and actually set up their counterintelligence unit right after 9/11. So for those of you who are alive during 9/11, counterintelligence and cybersecurity was something that we were just becoming aware of at that time. It was almost 20 years ago, you have to remember. Ralph was on the police force at NYPD at Ground Zero, and as a result of that, he set up that IT counterintelligence unit, and now he's teaching our students. So that's the level of expertise that you will get from our faculty. So if the end goal is to get a job, these are the folks you want to be learning from. I saw a question at the bottom, I think psychology. So psychology would be we can answer that question a little bit more in depth. But if you are interested in psychology, you would be taking more general studies programs. So we do not have a bachelor's degree in psychology at SOPA. The bachelor's degree in psychology at Tulane is through Newcomb Tulane, although you can take psychology courses in our bachelor's degree program, in our liberal arts program, and humanities program. So if you are looking for a degree, specifically a bachelor's degree, specifically in psychology, that would be through our Newcomb Tulane College. So thank you for that question. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our student support and success. One of the strengths of SOPA is our advising program. SOPA has its own advisors. We do not share advisors with the rest of the university. Our advisors are in-house and they are dedicated to their students. Our advisors are available to students all day long. Every advisor in their email has a link so that students can go ahead and schedule an appointment for that day. So if you need to speak to your advisor, you can set up an appointment on your own. Their calendars are available. And they help students pick their classes. They help students decide their course of study. They help students get linked to other parts of the university if you need other types of support. They also will help students get linked with the program directors should you need to meet with program directors. And they are also available to students to help them with other resources such as safety and security resources. Tulane SOPA, we also have our own career advisor. So our students, when it comes time to applying for jobs, we don't share career advising with the rest of the university. We have our own in-house career advisor that's available to students to help them do mock interviews, to practice interviewing questions, to set up their LinkedIn, to help them put their resume together. She's incredible. She does her own webinars to help our students learn about interviewing for jobs and getting jobs. She also will send out when there are job availabilities that are opened, we often know about them, and she will send them out to our student body so that students will know about opportunities throughout the city. We also have our students are open to using the Tulane-wide tutoring center if that is one of the options that you need. It is available to our students as well. One of the offerings that we offer to our students is what we call credit for prior learning. We offer this at both the bachelor's level and the master's level. So credit for prior learning is a offering to our students if you have prior knowledge or prior expertise coming into SOPA, but you have a required class that you already know the information for. You will not need to take that class if you could demonstrate that you already have that knowledge from the workforce. So, for instance, for students who might be taking a paralegal class, if you are currently working for an attorney and you already serve a function in that office, that you are going to have to take a class and it's going to be redundant and you already know how to do what that class is going to teach you. You can make an appointment with your program director and you can go through what we call a portfolio assessment. So you will have to take the learning objectives of the class and write up a paper and show your program director how you already have that knowledge based on the learning objectives. They can approve that you have that class, and then you will not have to take that class. You will get credit for it. At the undergraduate level, students can demonstrate knowledge for up to 24 credit hours. That's 8 classes. So that's important for students to know, because not only will that save you time and will help you get towards your degree faster, but it will also save you money. Those are courses that you won't have to pay for. So that is a significant savings for students. So we always like to let students know some of the knowledge blocks. If you're taking Homeland Security, for instance, and you have military training, you'll be able to demonstrate that you have some knowledge, and there will be some classes that you'll be able to waive. So those are just some examples that we like to share with students. So definitely take advantage of the credit for prior learning if that's a way that can help you save some money and some time towards your degree. All right, I am going to turn over the microphone to Alvin, and he can talk you through the affordability of our degree and how to apply for our programs. Alvin?
All right. Hi, my name is Alvin. I'm an admissions coordinator here. And again, we just like to thank you for taking time out of your Tuesday night to be here with us. I know your time is very valuable. So the fact that you can spend a little bit of that time here with us really means a lot. But going over to the affordability here, we know a lot of our students and applicants are individuals who um, have families, who have full-time jobs and other financial responsibilities. And so we are very affordable, and we pride ourselves on that. The average cost of tuition for a full-time undergrad student here is around 13,000. And to break that down even further, each credit is $524 per credit, and most classes are around 3 credits. And financial aid is another point of interest among many applicants here, especially nowadays. You know, everything is a little crazy now. So this is a major point of interest. And one of the things that our applicants are happy to hear is that we have many different types of aid for students here. We encourage that students who would like to apply here while they're working on their SOPA application, they also fill out the FAFSA form, which is the federal financial aid form. But some of the different types of financial aid that we offer here are federal grants, loans. We're military friendly, so we offer the Yellow Ribbon program, a 20% discount for active duty military and K through 12 instructional staff, and New Orleans area public school employees. And so we really do a lot to meet the financial needs of our students. And one of the things that we also pride ourselves on is we have an open line of communication between the students and the financial aid office. And so if you ever have any questions, any needs, we highly encourage you to contact them. And they do a pretty good job of getting back in contact with students in a quick time in order to get any financial needs met. And applying is simple. We know that as Suri was saying at the beginning, we have students from age 17 to 77, and those technology, our knowledge and technology can vary. And so we want to make it a across the board, very simple and easy process. For most undergraduates, we require a $40 fee, but as a reward for you all spending time here with us, we'll go ahead and waive that $40 fee for you. And when you apply, that will automatically be waived. But if at any point you do see that $40 fee does come up, contact me, contact Sheila, and we will be happy to get that completed on our end. It's a relatively simple process, so don't feel afraid to contact us. But we also ask that you upload a clear image of a government ID. So that's most of the time it'll be a driver's license, but you can also upload a passport just as long as it has a clear image and an expiration date that hasn't been expired yet. And we also ask that you have transcripts sent over to us electronically from your previous institution over to us, or it can be mailed in a sealed envelope. And so we can admit you conditionally with an unofficial transcript, but in order for us to review your application completely and get you registered and enrolled in classes, we do need that official transcript, whether that be from your high school or your previous college. And so it can be mailed in a sealed envelope to our street address, or it can be sent electronically from your previous institution over to us for a small fee. And so right here, we have some of our application deadlines. In the summer, it's May 15th, fall is August 1st, and spring is January 1st. And if at any point you have any questions or any concerns with these deadlines, you can feel free to contact me or Sheila again, and we'd be happy to work with you. We know that some institutions may be a little quicker with getting some transcripts and some other documents. They may be quicker than others, and we understand that, and we don't want to penalize you for that at all. So if at any point these deadlines get a little closer and you feel yourself, maybe not getting something in by that exact deadline, we'll work with you, and we'll make sure that we'll do what we can in order to get those materials to us as quick as possible. And again, that open line of communication goes across for anything across this application process. If you have any questions about registering for classes, any technical difficulties, we're here for you. And so we want to make this as smooth and as easy as possible. And so, if you have any questions, contact us and we'd be more than happy to help.
Alvin, can you share a little bit on the early enrollment deadlines?
Oh, yeah, sure. We encourage that students enroll early, they apply early, and for that, we will award a $200 scholarship. And again, we want students to want to make this a smooth and easy process as possible. And so the earlier you enroll, the better it is to get those registration spots open. And, just in case you do come across these deadlines, if you enroll early and there are any issues, we can get that handled well before the deadline so you don't feel overwhelmed or anything like that. And that $200 scholarship is a pretty good incentive to, apply early and get things done as soon as possible.
Thanks, Alvin. So, yeah, our admissions process it works on a rolling basis. So as soon as your application is submitted and complete, we will review it and go ahead and get your admissions decision out. So it is advantageous for all students to get their applications in and completed as early as possible. And then of course you can get the early registration scholarship. And that's just $200 that is deducted off of your first semester's tuition. It's just our way of saying thank you, and that we're excited that you're enrolling in SOPA. So that's sort of the end of our formal program. My contact information is on the screen right now, sgold@tulane.edu. If you all have any questions, feel free to email me. That's our general phone number if you want to just call and talk to an admissions representative. But if you all have any questions that you want to put into the chat, we'll give you a minute to go ahead and do that. All right, I do not see any questions. So with that said, I'd like to thank oh wait, hang on, I got one. Okay. You know what? You can take yourself off mute too, if you want to just ask it. I'm good that way too.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. My question really is probably more about who do I talk to about questions I have regarding like how fit I am for a given program. Like I have some ideas about what I'm interested in, but they're really basic.
Okay.
And I guess, yeah.
Okay, so that's a little bit more of an offline question since it's very tailor-made to you. So do me a favor. You see my email address, correct? Right in front of, like, on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, email me. Let me read the questions, and if I can answer them, I'll email you. Well, I will email you back either way. But if there are things that I can answer, I'll give you those answers in a reply email. If not, I may either connect you with an advisor or a program director who can go ahead. But since they're very specific to you, just email me and I'll be happy to follow up with you.
All right, thanks.
Yep, absolutely. We love that. How many credits can be, okay, so the transfer credit question, it depends on your on your transcript. In theory, I am not promising anything, but in theory, you can transfer up to 60 credits, meaning half of your degree. So if someone, for instance, has an AA degree, in theory, that degree can be transferred over, and then you can complete your bachelor's degree with us. We have many students who do that. Now, we don't guarantee that because we need to go ahead and see your transcript. We need to see your grades, and we need to see the classes that you took and get the program descriptions. So we need to make sure that the classes you took are equivalent to the classes that we offer, but oftentimes they are. So we have students who transfer credits all the time. We like to work with students who do that. So go ahead and apply. And then when it's time to transfer, we have our newly admitted students meet with an advisor, and they work with you to transfer as many credits as we possibly can do. Let's see if there's any.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
I can email you this too, but who should I talk to, you or someone else, to find more about the bachelor's in information technology degree?
So Lexi, email me, and the only reason I say that is this. Email me, and I'm going to copy the program director. His name is Ralph Russo, because he's the director of the IT program, and you're going to want to talk to him. He knows so much about IT. He's the one who was on there, the NYPD officer. So even if you have basic questions, it's just good to start building that relationship with him. And he will love to talk to you. He may take a day or two to get back to you. He's pretty quick, but
that's totally fine.
He just became a first-time grandpa. So so he's with his oldest daughter, just had his first grandbaby. So he he drove across country because of COVID times, literally cross country to California to be a grandpa. So he is a little bit but he will get back to you relatively quickly. So yeah, definitely.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Yep. And Lexi, are you here in New Orleans?
No, I actually live in Chicago. I already applied through like the Common App.
Gotcha.
But I just want to find out some more information about the different degrees that they offer.
Gotcha.
And especially the information science one, because that's the one I'm the most interested in.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you. Any other questions?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, this is Terry. I have a quick question. Maybe I'm gonna have to email you. It's redundant. I already have a degree. I'm originally from Mexico. I'm U.S. citizen. But I have been having trouble with the transcripts that has been presenting. So before to do, the whole shebang to try to enroll, is a way that I can send my transcripts, the ones that they do from the credits I have in the university that I went, for you guys to look at and see if they are valid transcripts, because the school that was managed, I don't say, like a models instead of credits.
Yep.
So it has been a hazard for me to trying to figure out that here.
So, Terry, I am going to have you email me only because we require all of our applicants who have transcripts from universities outside of the United States to get the transcripts verified through WES, W-E-S. I don't know if you're familiar with the WES program. So if you email me, I'm going to send you a link that tells you about WES. So you can have your transcripts validated through that service, and it helps us figure out how your current transcript translates over to what our credits would look like. Does that make sense?
Excellent. Yes.
Okay. I will tell you this, Terry, the WES process takes several weeks. It's not fast. So, but email me, I'll send you the link. And I would also tell you to fill out an application at the same time. Our application does not take long to fill out, especially for undergrad. It just doesn't take that long. So the best thing to do is once we get your WES evaluation, we can upload it to your application.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Anything else? All right. Well, I thank you all for being with us tonight. If you have any other questions, email me, and I'd be happy to help you all out. But as I always tell students, we hope that we'll be welcoming you to Tulane very, very soon as a student. So good night, everybody. And I look forward to seeing your applications. Have a great night.
Thank you.
you.